with those insights. Shifting focus now. Following the deadly stampede at the Shri Kakulum temple, former Minister Pali Shinas strongly condemned the tragic Kashibuga stampede incident, calling it a complete failure of the coalition government and holding Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu and his administration squarely responsible for the deaths of 9 innocent devotees. Addressing the media at the YSRCP central office, he said that the government is shamelessly trying to escape responsibility by claiming that the temple is privately run, questioning whether the duty to protect citizens disappears simply because a temple is private. I am joined by my colleague Belly Thomas on this broadcast. Belly, all right, viewers, just to reiterate, the deadly stampede has killed 9 people in Kashibuga, and the former minister has condemned the stampede and holding Chandrababu Naidu responsible for this, questioning whether this can, whether the responsibility for the deaths to protect citizens simply disappears because a temple is private. The accused has been arrested in this case. He was all right. I'm joined by my colleague Rumi Mishra, who is going to give us more details.
At least 9 people, including 8 women and a boy, were killed in the tragic stampede yesterday at the Shri Kakulum temple, where obviously a lot of question has arisen about the administration and how things are not taken seriously actually. The temple administration on one hand is saying that they had no clue whether so many people would actually arrive for the festivities yesterday on the Ekadashi. However, and they did not in fact inform the police authorities that there was going to be that big of a congregation, as they had not even expected. So, but on the other hand, the government is now trying to wash their hands off, trying to say that they had no part to play in the temple safekeeping, which is of course raising a lot of questions, considering the fact that the government is liable for the safety of citizens regardless of whether a temple is private or in fact governmental property. So following the stampede, former Minister Pali Shinas has obviously condemned the stampede incident, called it a complete failure of the coalition government. YSRCP is right at raising questions, to be honest, on the current government in Andhra Pradesh. Addressing the media at the YSRCP central office, Pali has said that the government is shamelessly trying to escape responsibility, and by of course claiming that the temple is privately run, questioning whether the duty to protect citizens disappears simply because the temple is private. However, Shri Kakulum district collector had earlier said that the police was deployed as soon as possible, as soon as they found out that the situation had gotten so intense. So a lot of back and forth is being expected right now, but those 9 lives could not, of course, be brought back. Back to you, Medha.
Rumi, please stay on with me. Now, as political statements on the Shri Kakulum stampede increases, Union Minister Mohan Naidu said, and I quote, "Me, Lokesh Anna and the entire state and district administration, after knowing about the incident under the guidance of our Chief Minister, rushed to the site. The priority for us has been to protect as many lives as possible, to give the best medical facilities and medical help required. It is very unfortunate that 9 people have lost their lives. Further investigation is going on right now. Listen in."
Very, very unfortunate and devastating incident that has happened in Shri Kakulum, Palasa Venkateshwar Swami Alayam. Today being an auspicious day, today is Ekadashi, that is why there has been a sudden surge of extra devotees coming and visiting the temple. Me, especially our leader Lokesh Anna and all the entire state administration, district administration, everyone, after knowing the incident, under the guidance of our Honorable Chief Minister, we have rushed to the site. And the priority for us has been to protect as many lives as possible, to give the best medical facilities and the medical help that is required. And it is very, very unfortunate that 9 people have lost their lives. And on further investigation is also going on right now. And the person who has built the temple, who is a 95-year-old Hari Mukunda Panda, and with a good intention, with a divine intention, he has built up the temple here, and he wanted the blessings of Lord Balaji to be available to people at large, especially in the Shri Kakulum district.
All right, I am joined by my colleague Belly Thomas on this broadcast. Belly, the Union Minister has said that the Union Minister has rushed to the site of the incident.
Absolutely. Medha, all the ministers, like, the civil aviation minister, who is also the Shri Kakulum MP, Mohan Naidu, had visited this place yesterday. And right now I'm in front of the Kashi Bugga temple where the stampede had happened. So this is the visuals that you're seeing, and you can see the steel gates there, and there are steps from that with railings on either side. So that was the place where the stampede had happened, and you can see all these footwears and slippers being put on one side of this particular stage. So that was the place where you can see those steel gates, and that was the maximum area of the casualties that happened where 9 people lost their lives, wherein 8 were women and 1 was a 13-year-old boy. So this particular temple can accommodate around 2,000 people. It has a capacity of having around 2,000 devotees at one point of time, and it is built in a similar model of the Lord Venkateshwara temple in Tirupati. In this area, this is called Chikka Tirupati, and which is called Small Tirupati. So a lot of tractions recently on social media with this temple becoming famous is what we get to know, and there's a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of social media, Instagram posts, which makes this temple very popular in this particular area called near Palasa Mandalam in Kashibugga in Shri Kakulum district. So since it was Ekadashi during Kartikeya Masa, a lot of women have come here as devotees. A lot of them say that the free bus rides that they were granted by the Andhra Pradesh government was also a factor that a lot of women devotees had come to this particular temple. And yesterday at this particular Kartikeya Ekadashi, the capacity here was about 25,000, which the local people, the local organizers couldn't handle. And the other thing is that this particular temple that you can see behind me is managed by a private entity, a person called Hari Mukunda Panda, who is a 95-year-old devotee of Lord Venkateshwara Swami, had built this temple, and this particular temple can hold only 2,000 people at one go. But the crowd that surged was around 25,000, which couldn't be handled. And
all
now
right, Belly, we're running out of time right now. That's a wrap on this bulletin. Thanks for watching.
Co-powered